Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 7 of the Poker Squad. I am your host, the PokerBeast, and today we're going to be discussing don't get sucked into hands. A lot of people go broke, have very painful experiences if they just get sucked into hands, let themselves rather get sucked into hands. Um, Here at the Poker Squad, we try to make videos, give you poker tips on how to better your game. A lot of it is just basically something as simple as looking at someone else's mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes someone else does. I learned a lot of my poker that way. You just see people do stupid things and it clicks in your head. You're like, yeah, I would never do that. That's just not smart. So, with that being said, today's video is sponsored by the Poker Squad clothing wear. It is really cool, unique poker wear designed with the poker player in mind. It's nothing cheesy. You see those stupid T-shirts on Amazon and on the internet that says "I'm just here for the pot," or I don't even fold my laundry. No, this is just a little bit more creative than that. It's stylish. It's unique. It is something that you can wear when you're out poker, or even maybe when you're just out and about on the street going out normally. You can check out the site at thepokersquad.com. That is thepokersquad.com. And maybe see something you like. Now, on to today's video. This is actually taken from the 2023 World Series of Poker. It's one of the events. And in this video, you're going to see a guy just go crazy with ace king. I mean, it's ace king suited, but in the world of poker, all ace king really is, it is the highest hand you can have in poker without having a pair. To put things into perspective, pocket deuces is better than ace king because that's a made hand. You have a pair. Ace king is just the highest drawing hand you can have, and that's all it is. It sets you up for a draw. And most of the time, when you have ace king, the flop comes lower. If you don't get that ace or king on that flop comes like 7-4. Now you get sucked in like this guy, okay? And it took me a little bit to look around to find a good example of how not to get sucked into a hand. In the thumbnail, you can see I put also cut your losses. Because you do want to cut your losses, okay? Your chips are very valuable, whether it's a cash game or a tournament. Because if you have no chips, you can't play. If you have little chips, then you get drawn into bad situations. You're going all in on, 10-9 suited because you have 5 big blinds left. So let's go ahead and watch today's video, and you'll see exactly what I mean by do not get sucked into hands. Know when to cut your losses.
King for Fesh.
Wow.
What are these hands?
This is absurd. I feel like every single hand is a major clash. Oh, wow. He just flats. I mean, this might draw Fahey into the hand. Donnie, how do you feel?
Believe he's just flatting.
How do you feel about Fetch just calling here? And Fahey, rightly so, gets away from her ace-jack of hearts. I mean, we could have been looking at a 43 million chip pot here. Oh, my God. 7-3 queen. High Miller's queen's well ahead. Fetch not willing to risk it all. And judging by this flop, that's a very good decision. Of course, High Miller cannot afford to give any free cards at this point. Oh, wow. 4 million chip bet and a quick call.
Let's just pause right here for a second and analyze the hand and the action that's going on. Essentially, what's going on here is the flop was not how he liked it. There's no king, and there's definitely no ace. He checked it. That gives the other player in the hand an indication that the other guy's weak. But anyway, he has pocket queens. He has 2 overcards, so most definitely he did the right thing by betting out. Now, I wouldn't say that this guy Fetch with this ace king of spades was absolutely out of his mind to call. It's a small portion of the chips he has remaining, and if he can catch his ace or king, that gives him some strength in the hand. And actually, truth be told, if an ace or king did come off, he's actually winning this hand, and he is a high favorite. So at this point, this guy's not really getting too crazy.
Fetch looking for an ace or a king. Turn card, 8 of clubs. Heimler's hand getting that much stronger.
And if Fesh is willing to call on the flop, the board pairing there doesn't really change the dynamics of this board, so I expect he's going to put more money in. I did not expect him to lead, but here we go.
Wow. Donnie, if you're Dan Heimler, what do you think your opponent can have here? If you're Heimler here, Donnie, your only option really is to call, right?
Like a 13 million.
Wow. He makes it 13 million.
Okay, we're going to pause here again so the action doesn't get too far ahead of what's going on. So the board pairs, and I have a video that tells you always, always, always beware when the board pairs. So now all of a sudden, Fetch decides he's going to bet out. And I guess he's trying to represent that he has an 8. I look at this, and I do it a lot of the times too. You're first to act. You want to throw some money out there to see where you're at. I call it a temperature check. And the temperature just got hot because this Heimler guy doesn't believe him and raised him, which makes sense because he didn't bet on the flop. Could he be trapping? Yeah, but basically what Heimler's saying is, I don't believe that you have an 8, and he's absolutely right because Fetch is trying to represent an 8 here. Because if he had pocket kings or aces, he definitely would have bet out on that flop, and he didn't. So now Fetch got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. His $5 million bet just got raised $8 million to $13 million. And this is where my theory comes in, where I say, cut your losses, don't get sucked in. This is Fetch's clue, big clue, to get out of that hand. He did his temperature check, and this guy raised him. Could he be bluffing? Absolutely. But as you can see, and I put my cursor here, down on the left, bottom left, with that $5 million bet, the dude still has over $18 million in chips. And if you look up here, here is the competitors or the people still at the table. He's not in too bad of a shape. He's, around the middle of the pack. So he can easily get away from this hand. His bluff didn't work, get out, and you live to play another day. So let's just see how this works out for Fetch.
What a hand. Does Fetch think he had aces? And he's slow playing it?
No, he can't.
Meanwhile, Fetch was up to 33 million not too long ago. Right now, he finds himself in a very complicated hand. How do you like Heimler's raise here, Donnie?
I think he's just trying to, possibly get some value from hands like jacks, maybe some tens. Also deny some equity. He does have the.
Also important to note here, because I am looking back up here. Here's my cursor again. This guy Hallett has 45 million in chips. Prior to the beginning of this hand, he was pretty much almost at the same level as this guy Hallett. Unfortunately, a lot of times when you have a big stack, it can make you do stupid things. You're like, I got chips. I can afford to be stupid. That's basically what this guy Fetch is saying. I can afford to be risky and stupid. So, also keep that in mind. If you work hard or you get lucky enough or your play is that good and you're running good and you can build up to be almost a chip leader, preserve those chips, okay? Because when your chips are gone, it's not easy to get them back, okay? Preserve your chips. That's what you use to get more chips.
Queen of diamonds in his hand, so a hand like an ace queen of diamonds is blocked.
Oh my God! Fetch moves
oh
all
my
in.
God.
Heimler
What
snaps
is
it off.
happening?
Is this the craziest hand of the entire summer?
Oh my God! And Heimler has to fade an ace or a king here on the river. More than 50 million in the pot.
Fetch has 6 outs to bust Heimler. And Shannon Fahey is scratching her head. Let's see the river card. I'm nervous for Dan Heimler. It's a queen. Dan Heimler with an enormous double up. What did we just witness?
I have
Okay, well, what an awful situation for that fetch guy. It is unfortunate, but you do stupid things, you pay the price. That's the whole point of this video, is to show you don't be fetch, don't get sucked in the hands, don't feel invincible because you have a big chip stack. Always play smart. You don't get to final tables, you don't get in the money by being that stupid. The dude had the opportunity to get out of that hand when he got raised to 13 million when he bet 5 million. And the stupid idiot goes all in with ace king. I mean, it's not even ace high, like he paired his ace. He's on a draw, and he actually did it with only one card left on the river. So now he's hoping he gets that ace or king. I honestly, I don't know what's going on in this guy's head. The board is paired. This guy is betting and raising him. There's all the signs and indications there that he does not need to be in this hand. He got exactly what he deserved. Like I said, I learned a lot of my poker playing from just watching other people's mistakes. The best thing you can take from this hand is exactly what the video is about. Don't get sucked in the hands and know when to cut your losses. That will do it for today's episode 7 of the Poker Squad. This is the PokerBeast signing out. And once again, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. Do you think Fetch did something good? Do you agree with what I said? Do you think maybe he should have gotten out of the hand even earlier than what I said? I would be interested in your thoughts. And once again, if you would like some cool, unique poker wear to wear when you're out playing poker, check out thepokersquad.com. Thanks and have a great night.